What's happening, guys? It's your boy Ziki Junior, and this is Saturday Football with Ziki Junior, and I'm here with Ike. Say hello, Ike.
Hello guys. Hello guys. What's up?
Let me guess. No goal today, no assist in your training.
No, you don't. You don't get that. You don't get that often from a defensive midfielder. So
Well, a certain Sergio Ramos plays football. Well, what is the excuse? And you're putting on a Real Madrid
that's why
jersey, Ike. So come on, man. You should be scoring.
I say you don't get that often. Not like you don't get them. Not often. So
Get your teammates. Let your teammates be like Manchester United players so that they get penalties and you get to take it. So that the padding starts.
we have a Bruno Fernandes in the team that takes it.
Well, guys, it's good to have you on the show. And of course, you know what we do here. First of all, we talk about certain topics that have trended this week in football, and then we go further to analyze and predict the games for the weekend. And we have a lot of exciting games this weekend. Quite tricky to predict, to be honest. Quite very tricky games to predict. And well, if you're new to this channel, don't forget to hit that subscribe button, smash a like on this video, and share the link with your friends so that they can also subscribe. Yeah, Ike is telling you it. Is it on the left or on the right? I don't know where the position is right now, but it's somewhere down below. Yeah. So of course you'll be getting our official game week 23 predictions. Wow, 23 games so far. Ike, what do you think?
Crazy season is long gone. I was just looking at the table yesterday and I was like, wow, we played 22 games. Like, well, way past half stage of the season. And at this point, everybody should know what's there.
Strange. January is over, and then they decide as in the league is not decided. You've not seen that gap between the first 10 and maybe the bottom 10 or the first 6. Given that gap, it's just so tight. Lose 2 games and you might just drop down. Lose 2 games and you might just drop down.
I think it's just about 9 or 8 points separating the top 7 teams or 8 teams, I think.
Yeah. Well, Ike, your hater is on the show. Until says on the left, dummy. So much love, man. So much love.
No, next time we're sending him just 200. Next time we're sending him just 200.
Okay, guys. First, Ike, let's talk about Neymar for a bit. Is Neymar renewing with PSG because Ligue 1 is easy and he can easily pad starts over there in France? What's your take?
Okay, I don't think. Okay, in as much as people think Ligue 1 is easy, yes, they don't have a lot of strong teams that compete for the league. But then, I don't think that's the main reason why he renewed his contract. Because for me personally, I don't think there's any team, any club going for Neymar now with the current coronavirus pandemic affecting football. The amount PSG paid to get Neymar, I think they would want to recuperate at least more than 70% of that amount, even if they're going to let him go. So I don't see any club paying close to like 200 million pounds or let's say 150 or 170 for Neymar now or at the summer. So I feel the best option for Neymar was to renew the contract with PSG. And I think he actually got a pay rise to what he was earning before. So added bonuses. So I think the best option for him was just to renew the contract with PSG. So I don't think it's because he wants to stay there and start pad like people think.
But
I think it's because
he's still gonna start pad. He's still gonna start pad. That's part of the package.
He's definitely going to still play football. He's definitely going to still be Neymar. He's going to play his football. He's going to score goals and give assists, regardless of wherever he goes to. But then I think the best option for him is what he has just done: renew with PSG and have them compete for the bigger trophies like the Champions League. Last season they were at the finals, and this season they hope to go further. They have a very tricky tie with Barcelona, so let's see how that goes. But then I think it's the best option for him, not because he wants to actually stay there and start pad, but I think for the main time or at the current moment, it's just the only option he has.
Okay, Otis says, I think he has started negotiations. Fabrizio confirmed it, and I think he's pushing for Messi to come join him. And he's loving his football there. He's going to stay there. Well, who wouldn't be loving his football in France? it's just PSG and then every other team. So come on, man. Come on. If I was a Neymar, I would also love to stay there, considering the fact that I'm getting the money and then the football is a lot easier, man. You can just seriously, I still feel it's comfortable for him because he can start part. And if you can get Messi to come to PSG, they'll just be enjoying their football. Messi, Mbappe, and Neymar. That's if Mbappe doesn't leave. It's going to be crazy, man. Very crazy. Even though Messi is past his prime, but it's still gonna be crazy. Let's quickly move from that. So Klopp, there's this thing. Okay, let's quickly read the comment from Ortiz. He says no one wants a 29-year-old with an Achilles problem who will pay over 120 million for him right now. Well, fair points. Fair point. But
exactly what I was saying.
Yeah,
exactly what I was saying.
Point.
I don't think anyone would want to pay above 150 for Neymar at this age and with the current situation. So the best option was
nobody has that money. Yeah, I think it's the same thing that's going to happen with Pogba.
Yeah, I just feel at the end of the day, Pogba might still renew with United unless someone has close to, let's say, 90 or 80 million pounds to pay
80
United.
million, which is difficult at this time. Very difficult.
Let's just see how it goes.
Okay, so what's your take on Klopp? Do you think his style has been found out?
Well, that's EPL for you. You don't dominate for long. At least
Leagues
2-3 years, and then
teams do their homework.
Yes, people tend to find out how you play and then do all they can to frustrate your system. That's just how it is. It takes I don't know, but then a lot of teams are used to the way Liverpool play. They are high gang press and Arnold and Robertson, quick switch to Arnold and Robertson, and then they load the ball into the box for Salah and Mane to
always and finish.
Yes, and Firmino always drops deep, allows Salah Mane to run in behind and all that. A lot of teams are familiar with that pattern, and then I wouldn't say totally that clubs have actually found out Klopp's style, or that I think they've been really unlucky with injuries. Trust me, because a couple of players were vital to how they played. Van Dijk, for example, if you watch Liverpool for the past 2 seasons, a lot of balls from Van Dijk over the top. They actually ignore most of their midfielders. A lot of balls from Van Dijk over the top to Arnold or Robertson or Salah, anybody out wide. But then we don't get to see that often. So they actually miss a player like Van Dijk very well. They missed Gomez. At a point, Trent too was injured and he came back. He had a slight dip in form. I think it's just the past 2 games that he's beginning to show back what we know of him. So I would think the whole team, generally, injury hits them hard, coupled with the fact that, yes, clubs tend to understand how Liverpool played better this season compared to last 2 seasons. So alongside clubs understanding the way Klopp set up his team to play, I think injury has also been a big factor to why Liverpool are struggling this season, for me, though.
Well, but we all know that injury is part of football. Like, if you have to win a season, if you have to win the league in a season, you have to be very lucky with injuries. And I think that was the case with Klopp last season. He was very lucky with injuries. They did not have any major injuries throughout last season, and so they went on to win the league. But then again, I also feel his style has been found out, because even the great Pep Guardiola has switched from tiki taka. He stopped working in the Premier League. He stopped working.
Yeah,
so
he actually he evolved. He started playing 2 defensive midfielders, which is unlike
Pep, you know.
Yeah, so
like in his system, even his DMs are not maybe like the traditional rugged DMs that tend to mark. They are more like recyclers or something that just get the ball moving, in the midfield. But playing 2 DMs is not like Pep. That's telling the Premier League is at another level, man. It's crazy.
Yeah, that's why he dominated the league. I think 2 seasons, where he won the league back to, and then last season a lot of clubs understood the pattern Pep always rolls out and all that. So that's why this season he had to tweak it a little. Started seeing him even against teams that normally hit him on the counter. He started being more defensive with them. Played 2 DMs. He just changed a little. You get 2 DMs just to stop all those fast counter hitting
well,
them.
no wonder City has been quite wonderful defensively this season. They've just been crazy defensively,
Yeah.
and we cannot boil it down to just the defensive midfielders. Ruben Diaz has been exceptional.
Yeah. Ruben
Diaz
Diaz.
has been exceptional. So
One of the signings of the season for me.
yeah, for me too. Altis says now Klopp's play style is mourning about other teams. He hasn't changed yet. Well, I really think he needs to do away with the whole morning thing. It's not working out this season. We shouldn't ignore their injury problems. Liverpool are still much in the race, and the rush of games for them ends helping. They are still a dangerous team to play against, but the injuries hit them. Of course, like I said earlier, if you have to win the league, man, you have to pray you don't get injuries. It's just simple. It's as simple as that. If you get lots of injuries and it disrupts your playing style, it's over. It's over. No two ways about
True.
it. Let's quickly move on, guys. What do you think of Lingard starting? Lingard starting for West Ham during the week and then impressing on his debut. It's crazy, man. He actually made us eat our words.
Actually, if you know me, I think someone like our friend Victor, Lingard is a player I like very well. Personally, I don't know. Not because of football, yeah. I like him actually. I like his attitude on the pitch and all that. But I'm quite happy for him. I was actually
me too. I was celebrating the goals like he was a Manchester United player. Crazy.
Yeah. But then I was skeptical about his move to West Ham because I felt the way David Moyes sets up his team might not suit him. But then the role he played was similar to where he played under Mourinho when he had his best season.
He was running freely. I saw him at the right. I saw him in the middle. I saw him on the left. He was just everywhere.
Yeah. That was the role Mourinho played him just before the World Cup, where he got his call up and he went to the World Cup with England and actually did very well for them in that tournament. So he has actually made Moyes. Let's say Moyes has actually made it my words because I did not believe Moyes would actually play him there or give him that kind of freedom to express himself very well. So I'm quite happy for him. But then the thing is now he has set a standard. When you make a debut, impress like score 2 goals. The next 3 games, if he doesn't play that well, man, you know the English media and the English will actually come for him.
But the English press has always been very soft with Jesse Lingard. So you really don't expect them to hit him hard. They really like him.
I think they like him. They like him very well. I don't know, but
they like him.
He's actually popular in England and all. It's quite fun.
I think it's just because of his attitude generally, even apart from playing football and everything. He seems like a very happy person. Yeah, seems like a very happy person. So people tend to like him. Otis says Ole opened his eyes after beating him twice in a season. Pep started being very careful. The defensive line isn't as high as it used to be. The Premier League is very dangerous and scary. Very scary, man. Very scary. Like, it shook Man U when Sheffield United actually beat them. It was crazy. Like, nobody expected it, man. Nobody expected it. So we've seen a lot of controversies this week with VAR. It's been crazy. And the FA actually just called back Bednarek suspension. Bednarek, sorry. But not David Luiz. Come on, guys. There are just similar things that happened. Very similar. Ike, what's your take?
Yeah, very similar. I still don't get it truly. I was even trying to watch the videos again to know if maybe there was a slight difference. But then I don't know why the FA would turn up one of the red cards and ignore the other. But then if you watch the 2 incidents very well, Bednarek, I don't know. Luiz own was actually he was chasing the ball from behind. He was chasing what's it called? What's this guy's name again? The guy that won the penalty for Wolves. Luiz was actually kind of chasing him from behind. Why
I cannot remember myself.
Bednarek was turning kind of. I don't know if you understand what I was saying. He was turning this way.
Yeah.
And Marshall won the ball like
to come towards the ball or something. And yes, exactly. They just crossed each other.
Yes. So it was like a collision kind of. Maybe he was even trying to avoid Marshall. I don't know. But for David Luiz, I think he was actually running towards the attacker when his knee mistakenly clipped the attacker's feet and he fell. So I think for me, that was the only reason or the only excuse I can give the FA for turning one and overturning one and leaving the other. I don't know, if not, the VR this season has actually caused a lot of controversies. Decision, you see, similar decisions, and then one is for and one
different
is against. I don't know.
penalties. Do you understand? I don't understand it. Like I don't understand why Cash handball wasn't a penalty, but then you give
Wasn't
a
given.
penalty for a Lingard for a Lindelof handball earlier on in the season. As in, it's just crazy. You just one is obvious. His arms was outstretched, and away from his body. He made himself bigger with his arms, and then VAR looked at it and said it wasn't a penalty. But then a Lindelof penalty where he was actually trying to take it, just crazy. Meanwhile, a lot of issues have been raised by pundits this week, throughout the week about the whole VAR situation. And then the question is this: why will I have to maybe collide with a player now and then get a red card and a penalty where I can easily just smash both him and the ball and get a yellow card? And come on, it doesn't make any sense. The law doesn't make any sense. Like, they're telling me that if I'm actually going for the ball, even if I get the man, I get a yellow card, right? And then the penalty is still given. Well, so I might as well not just try to trip him or anything. I'll just go for both him and the ball, clear everything down and get a yellow card.
And justify the decision. I don't know.
You get it doesn't make any sense. I don't, because one is obvious, the other one is obviously gonna be a rough challenge when somebody goes at you and the ball and everything and clears everything head down. This is just a trip. It will not even really get you injured. You just fall and you stand up. You get, and then we are giving a red card for maybe an offense that will look more soft, and then you're giving a yellow card for an offense that should even be harder. I don't understand, man. I would never understand.
Very soft. Like the Bednarek situation is very.
How do you give a red card for that? Yeah, fine. It's okay if you say you want to give a penalty and try to justify it that he tripped Martial and whatever, because there are actually some contacts, even though I feel like it wasn't really a foul. I think Martial took advantage of the situation. But generally, that's what strikers do. When they're inside the box, they try to cross the defender because they know you are going to trip them or there's going to be contact for them to fall. Generally, when strikers move in front of a defender in the penalty box, they block you so that you make that touch and they can fall or they score. I think that's practically what Martial did. Even though I felt like he had lost that ball, the control was far from it. So I don't know. Yeah, it was poor. But then I was listening to one of the analysis of this former referee, and he said, well, at the point when Martial fell, the goalkeeper had not caught the ball, so it was still Martial's ball. It's crazy. I don't understand where all these laws come from. But he says the FA don't want to admit their referees made a game-changing mistake in the Arsenal Wolves game because the cards seemed to affect the result of the game. Yeah, well, for Bednarek's situation, Man U was already 6-0 up, so it wasn't a deciding factor of that game or anything. But we've seen a lot of the same thing with Manchester United Sheffield. They came out to say the penalty against the foul for Maguire wasn't supposed to be a foul. Why did you get? You're just causing a lot of confusion there. I don't know. Ortiz also went on to say, but the reason why Bednar's card was overturned is because the card didn't have much of an effect on the result of the game. I think I read that already. Already bantering him. FA got it absolutely wrong. Yeah, they got it absolutely wrong. And I think FA should come out and actually call out referees that actually make poor decisions during games. It's been crazy. Like, how do you have referees in the field of play and then you have people sitting in the VAR and then they still make these errors? It would never make any.
Do you get the VAR was supposed to assist these people and make them?
Never make any sense to me. They really need
errors.
They really need to do something about it.
I don't get it really.
Okay. More effective. They're supposed to be more effective.
Yeah, with the VAR, they're supposed to be more effective. So I don't get it. The errors are like it doubled.
Like I don't expect how a referee gets a chance, right, to look at a foul over and over again and still come out with a mistake. I don't understand.
You get. He has like 3 years up whispering to him.
3 years up,
and
exactly.
He actually has the option of watching it again, the playback, and then he still messes up the decision. I don't know.
It's crazy.
English.
It's crazy.
The ref.
I think the problem they are having is that they have too many rules and it's making the game more complex. And for whichever thing that happens, they find a way for wherever in their rule book to bring a backup for it. So because they actually come out with backings after the matches for all the nonsense that they do. I think there's just so much rules. I think they need to do a reorientation for football people. They need to, yeah,
True.
because
So we
it
know
seems
what we're
like even
expecting.
managers are not aware of the rules. Managers are not aware of the rules. Pundits are not aware of the rules. It's just the referees that are coming up with these rules, and then everybody, even the players are not aware of the rules.
Truly, they just,
So I don't
even
understand what
midway
is
through the
happening.
season, they are chopping and changing rules. Season has started, they are still changing handball rules, offside rules.
Exactly.
I
Who
don't
does
know.
that? If you says man, I'm scam, I beg. Well, it's looking more like a scam. Well, maybe it's more of the application because we don't see a lot of these controversies in other leagues. I think it's more of the
Leagues and
application
in
in
the
the Premier
Champions
League.
League, just the
And
EPL.
in the
I
Champions
don't
League,
know.
I think, yeah, I think it's just in the EPL. They're trying to make it all robotic and everything, and then they're getting it all wrong.
Maybe they make money from the
Okay,
controversies.
controversies. Well, they sell stories anyway in England. They
So
sell
give them money.
stories. The media house has so much power, so it's very possible that they make a lot of money from the controversies. But it's ruining the fun in the game, man. Ruining the fun. Okay, guys, this is the time where we look into the predictions for this week and also try to analyze the games that are coming. Like I said earlier, it's just a crazy game week, man. Like there are lots of very tight fixtures. But then let's dive straight into it. 13:30 West African time today. Aston Villa plays Arsenal. Ike, what's your take?
Arsenal will be without David Luiz and Leno. I think Leno too is out.
Yeah,
Red
Leonard,
carded.
yeah, with red card. Very open
Man.
one.
And with the form Villa are on now, Grealish, McGinn, I think they'll cause us now a lot of problems. So I'll go for a Villa win. Villa win 2-1.
Okay, Ike is going for a Villa win. Let us know in the comment section your prediction for this particular game. Mortis would like to see your predictions, and Livinus would love to see your predictions. I actually feel it's going to be a 1-1 draw. That's why I feel like Villa is going to score, but I think Arteta will just find a way to get a result, even if it's going to be a draw. Livinus says Aston Villa 0 and Arsenal 1. That's gonna be tight considering they're without Leno and David Luiz. Maybe not so much. Maybe they might not really miss David Luiz so much, but Leno is a vital part in that team, and I don't know how good Ronaldson, right? is. I really don't. I don't.
There's Ryan. They signed Ryan from Brighton. So and Ryan is actually a very good goalkeeper. I don't know if he's going to make his debut today.
Okay, we'll have to wait and see. The game starts in about less than 2 hours, yeah, or 2 hours thereabouts.
Yeah.
In 2 hours time. So we'll see what happens in that particular game. The next game after that is by 16:00 West African time, Burnley versus Brighton. Ike, what's your take?
Burnley. The way Brighton play,
Brighton is a joy to watch, man. Like it's crazy. It's crazy that they are not a top team, but then they play very exciting football. They are quite a good team.
Truly, what's his name? Graham Potters has actually done a very beautiful job with that team. But then Burnley on their day, they are playing their
frustrating side. Yeah, serious speed.
Yeah, so but then I go for a Brighton win. Brighton win 1-2.
Okay. I also opt for the same result, even though I would go for a 1-0 Brighton win. I really don't see Burnley scoring. But I feel like Brighton will just get a goal and then just put that one in the bag. Ortiz is predicting the Arsenal game. He says Arsenal without Luiz and Leno is very hard to predict. Aston Villa will cause problems, and I think a Villa win we will do. Maybe a 1-0 or a draw. This is difficult, but Matrayan is back. Okay, hopefully Matrayan starts today, and I think Arteta will opt for him because he's actually a better choice for them, and he will cover Leno quite well. But that game is still a very difficult game to predict. And then by 16:00 West African time, Newcastle plays Southampton. Another tricky game to predict, considering the fact that Newcastle have been showing signs recently of a good team.
Yeah.
Ike, what's your take? But they've not been winning still.
They've been showing signs. Yeah, they've been showing signs, like you said. They've upped to the way they've played in the last 3 games, and that's in sharp contrast to Southampton. Southampton have been since they won against Liverpool. I don't think they've won any game again since then.
They've had injury problems and suspensions. They were without 9 first-team players in the match against Man U, so it's crazy.
They lead to a lot of injuries. I don't know. Diallo in midfield, Ings in and out of the team, Walcott. There's this other what's this guy? This a very nice defender, centre back, and even Kyle Walker-Peters are right back. So, but then Newcastle have been showing signs, like you said, of getting their mojo back. So, but then coupled with the injuries to Southampton, I'll go with Newcastle win. Newcastle win 1-0.
Well, against popular opinion, Otis says Brazil football is going to win. He's predicting the Burnley Brighton game 1-0 or 2-0 win. Akina football. Come on, man. Well, Burnley is not one team you want to watch. It's quite boring. Yeah, it's quite boring. So, Living says Newcastle 1, Southampton 1, or a goalless draw. I'm also going to tilt to the side of Livinus. I feel like there are going to be goals. Maybe a 1-1 draw, a 2-2 draw, because it seems like Newcastle has been scoring lots of goals recently, but they cannot keep you from scoring on the other end. They've actually been conceding a lot too, so it seems like all their efforts get wasted or whatever. But I feel like go with Livinus. I feel like Southampton is not just going to win this one, even though Vestergaard is back. And Kyle Walker-Peters, he's back. The coach said in the pre-match press conference that Vestergaard is available to play. But then for Kyle Walker-Peters, he said he might just be a risk playing him too soon. So I really don't feel Walker-Peters will be playing this game. Maybe from the bench, I don't know. But it's not every time that you see a right back being substituted.
They've been solid earlier in the season when they played together.
Solid pair. Easily the best pair in the Premier League so far this season. Before Vestergaard went on injury, they were easily the best pair. Before
Stones and Diaz, I joke to you.
They're just a joy.
Stones and Diaz, I joke.
well, at the time, we're not seeing the best of Stones and Diaz. At the time, it was. I think everybody was still crazy about Vestergaard and Bednarek's partnership. And Ortiz says Southampton will be looking for a response to that 9-0. Southampton might just walk away with a 2-0 win against a struggling Newcastle. Well, we'll see by 16:00 West African time. Southampton with their injuries, I really don't see them doing much. And whether you like it or not, a 9-0 win is going to hit your morale. The morale of the team is just so much, man. It's difficult to bounce back from results like that. But Ralph is one man that has actually come back from a 9-0 win before, so it's not new to him to get his team firing. So after the last time they lost 9-0.
After that, yeah.
Exactly, yeah. So he's a fantastic manager, man. He's a fantastic manager. But I don't think the 9-0 losses are doing well on his CVs. It's not a very good result to have in your CV. And then after that, by 18:30 West African time, is Fulham against West Ham United. Ike, what's your take on this one?
West Ham straight win. I think West Ham. No, the thing is, Fulham they've been resurgent too. They've been
showing signs, in the way, just like Newcastle, they've not been winning too.
Yeah, but then West Ham have been a very decent team this season, going forward and at the back too. They don't ship in crazy goals and they tend to score goals too. They have goals in them all over. Yeah. Even from midfield, chipping in the likes of Souček and
Owen. Yes.
So they chip in a lot of goals too. Antonio has not scored in his last 2 games, but then the last game he had 2 assists and the other game he had assists too. So I think West Ham should win this one. 3-1 win for me, West Ham. 4-1 West Ham.
3-1 win. Yeah, guys, I have a little confession, yeah? So in my FPL, I actually took out Antonio and I brought in Lingard. That's not it. I was actually tempted to captain Lingard. Just in case he repeats that performance, man, my FPL will be sky high, man. Temptation was strong. But I had to face reality at some point. It's okay having Lingard in the team. The way he played, he seemed like a player that could easily get an assist or at least a performance, but but giving him my captainship, man, that's a lot, man. I cannot take that risk right now, except he goes further to prove me wrong. Livino says Fulham 2, West Ham United 1. Man, I don't see that happening. I don't see Fulham beating West Ham right now, man. But of course, it's the Premier League. It's the Premier League, man. Anything can happen. Anything can happen. Alti says, oh my word, the social brace and an Antonio hat-trick we do 5-0 win. Come on, man, be realistic. Come on, this is just you're just being selfish.
Carry on.
This is the FPL side talking, man.
FPL speaking.
This is your FPL speaking. When you're ready, give us your real scores. Yeah, he said I brought in Lingard. He might give me an assist. I really hope he gives me an assist, man. At least an assist. If he scores, perfect. It will just make a good signing for me if he scores. Let's quickly move from that, and that's by 21:00 West African time. Manchester United plays Everton. A tough game to predict. Tough game to predict. Ike, what's your take on this one?
It might seem tough, yeah. Yes. Everton they've been decent this season. They had a lot of injuries later, but then I think most of their players are back now. But against United's record at Old Trafford this season, I think we've only won 5 games at Old Trafford in the league this season. The 9-0 win was our 5th victory at Old Trafford this season. We've not been really decent at home. But then against Everton today, with the motivation of the 9-0 win, I think United will still come out on top. 3-1 win for United.
Yeah, Manchester United always have this way of beating Everton. It might just be a difficult tie. It might just be very what's the English word? Too much tension and very slight victory, but Manchester United just has a way of beating Everton. And Levinus agrees with you. Ike, he says a 3-1 victory in favor of Manchester United at Old Trafford. That might just happen. I'm sure it is you have not a popular opinion anyway. Definitely not a popular opinion. He might just go for an Everton draw. He's going to. Oh, okay.
This guy. Come on.
Oh. Yeah, there's this conversation. Like presently, we all know that Edinson Cavani is Manchester United's favorite striker right now. Like he's the best striker we have in that team, in that Manchester United side. And then there's this argument of why Ole doesn't play him often. But this man is 33-year-old with injury records. I really think Ole is doing well to manage him.
Yeah, I think in Ole's defense, that's what he's going to say he's doing, trying to manage the man. Coupled with the fact that he did not have a lot of football for over a year, towards the end of his career in PSG, and then the whole coronavirus period, he was out of contract. He was just alone. He did not really play much football at the top. So I think Ole is trying to manage his fitness and see how he's going to help the team going forward, because the season is getting to the business end of the season. So we don't at that point where we need him, have him fatigued or have him injured or have him out.
Yeah, Chelsea just lost Thiago Silva. He's played every game back to back. It's a lot.
Yeah. So I think that's what Ole is trying to do. But then if you watch, I think he started the game against Liverpool. Right? Started the game against Liverpool prior to that. Yeah, he started the game. He was rested for the game we lost to Sheffield. He did not start. He came in at halftime. Then he started against
Southampton.
So I think he's going to start the game today.
Yeah, maybe not for a full time. I feel like Ole is gonna go for Martial, Rashford, and Cavani starts. I strongly feel so. Considering the performance of Martial in the last game, he might just opt for him by the leg. But I feel Cavani is gonna start. He confirmed that Cavani is fit, just a little knock.
They all played well. Ole actually praised Greenwood's performance, although he did not get a goal, but he was involved in everything we did going forward last season. So, the last game, sorry. So I think he might also be tempted to go again with the same formation he used against Southampton. But this time around, I think Pogba is going to come, because he said he actually gave Pogba that day a rest or something. So I don't know.
Okay.
Let's just see how he goes.
Levinus says, I pray Cavani and Bailey starts. Yeah, speaking of Bailey, why did Ole just drop him from the side? Like he was having a fantastic season already.
Ole said
very good performances.
Ole said he had a lot of niggles, so injuries, tiny bit of injuries. Even today, he's not playing. He's not playing today. He's out.
Wow. Otis says the big game club.
I told you.
United gonna win 2-0. United have actually won their last 5 at Old Trafford. United gonna win this. Otis, you know you are disguising.
That's not true.
Come out.
That's not true.
Take off your marks and show your real self.
Sheffield beat us at Old Trafford.
Take off your marks. Take off your marks and show us your real color, man.
I told you.
And then
assist amazing.
And then on Sunday, 13:00 West African time, Tottenham Hotspur plays West Bromwich Albion. Tough one to predict considering the current state of Tottenham right now. Ike, what do you think?
Truly, Tottenham without Harry Kane, they just look spineless. I don't know. Going forward, they look
Because of how
lost.
Mourinho likes to play.
When he sets up his team, I don't understand it. I don't get it. Don't you learn, man? You're over 25 years in coaching and you don't. I don't know. But then, West Brom have not been impressive to under Big Sam. Everyone thought, okay, Big Sam would come in and shove up their defensive issues. They're going to play really.
We do set up players, not possible.
Yeah, but then they're still shipping a lot of useless goals. So I feel Tottenham being at home, coupled with the fact that they lost against Chelsea, we just look for a way to beat West Brom. Maybe a 2-1 or 3-1, 2-1 win for me. No much goals, 2-1 win for Tottenham.
Well, Bis actually took a shot at Mourinho yesterday, right? Where he said it's better to finish bottom of the league with good football than finished. Well, it's crazy. But I really think Mourinho needs to improve. He's not getting the results even with his approach, and that's even making it more difficult for you to even defend him. Because if he was getting the results, you will say, oh well, whichever way, just get me the result. But he's not getting the results, and he's also not playing very well. Ortiz says, no, I'm actually serious. United to win 2-0. Bros, you're scamming us. The video says Tottenham 2, West Bromwich Albion 0. I'm actually going for a West Brom win. 1-0 West Brom win. I watched Tottenham against Chelsea, and they did not seem like a team that would score you. They just did not seem like a team that would score. And there were very few times I was watching, and you could count how many times they had the ball for like 10 seconds. It was very difficult for them to keep the ball for like 10 seconds. So how do you really bet on a team like that? It's crazy, man. It's crazy. I really think Mourinho needs to do a lot to improve that team presently, because they are actually not playing any good football at all. And Vinicius is nothing close to Harry Kane.
Not even, I know.
Nothing close to Harry Kane. So I really don't see West Ham winning. I feel it's gonna be a West Brom win or maybe a draw, a 0-0 draw, a boring 90 minutes of football would not be so far from it. Otis says West Brom might just edge this with a 1-0 win. Mourinho will always be Mourinho, and Big Sam is a genius. Today is the battle of bosses. I made the best boss win. Well, today one thing is going to be said. Tomorrow one thing is going to be certain. One will be packing a train and one will be packing a bus. So whichever is more effective, we'll find out. Seriously, man, battle of bosses. May the best boss win, man. I think that's a comment for the week, man. We're gonna hang this up somewhere. The video says the battle of bosses, Big Sam will come with a train. I would love to watch that game. I would love to see Mourinho's face when he tries to attack, and Big Sam is just behind, waiting for him to. Crazy, man. This is one game we'll be waiting for when Big Sam actually said, I remember we talked about it. We'd love to see Mourinho Big Sam encounter.
Mourinho Big Sam.
Okay, let's quickly move from that, guys. And that's by 15:00 West African time. Wolverhampton Wanderers plays Leicester City. Ike.
This one would actually be tricky. In as much as I want a Wolverhampton Wanderers.
Vardy is back. Put that into your consideration. Vardy is back.
Who's back? He's back, but then I don't think he's going to start. I don't think he will start.
Well, with the way Leicester is right now, I don't think they will have a choice. Vardy might just start. They've not been convincing at all without Vardy.
Yeah, Wolves have not been convincing themselves. Take away the penalty. Take away the penalty and the red card against Neymar. Now Wolves wouldn't have won that game. So they've not been convincing themselves. I don't know what Nuno is doing with that team. They miss Raul Jimenez too much. They miss him so much.
I still have a problem with teams that depend on one player. Same
thing with Harry Kane in Tottenham.
Yeah,
he's not in the team.
Same thing with Harry Kane.
I think Leicester.
Same thing with Leicester and Vardy. Yeah. The same issues. Same
Yeah,
issue. They lost
that's why I
Vardy
feel.
and then they're
That's why.
struggling.
Yeah, I feel Leicester might just sneak it out, but if they don't, I'll just go for a draw, maybe 1-0.
Yeah. Living says agrees with you. He says Wolves 1, Leicester City 2. I feel it's either gonna be a Leicester City win or just a draw. Maybe a 1-1 draw or something, or a 0-0 draw or something. That's just what I feel about that game. It's quite tricky to predict. And then the big game of the weekend, Liverpool plays Manchester City by 17:30 West African time. I really don't know who to support in this game. I really don't know how to feel about this game. It's going to be a very tough tie. Very tough tie. Liverpool has a lot to prove. This game will decide if they are still title contenders or if they are giving it out to City. If they lose to Manchester City, it's obvious that Liverpool cannot come back to win the league. But if Manchester City loses to Liverpool, then we can just say, "Woo, Liverpool is back in the title race." Ike, what's your take?
Me too. Like you said, I think Liverpool have a lot to prove in this game. They've lost 2 home games on a bounce, back to back. Lost to Burnley and then they lost to Brighton. So I think they would want to redeem that by all means. They've had a little boost. I think Mane is back in the team. Fabinho also. They've all trained this week. Mane and Fabinho. So I think
But I don't think
both
they're
of them
gonna
are
play.
coming back.
Are you sure they're going to play?
Yeah, they're back. They're back. They trained with the team the whole
Okay.
week, and Klopp said they might feature. So I think that should be a major boost for them because Liverpool has had a lot of crisis this season with injuries. So I think having those 2 back for this game against City will be a massive boost to their confidence, to the whole team. But then Manchester City have been brilliant. They don't give you a lot of chances to even have shots on target or even score them.
Target, exactly.
They've been really brilliant. Ruben Diaz and John Stones, not forgetting the likes of Joao
Laporte.
Cancelo.
Yeah, just Cancelo
really
has been brilliant, man. Absolutely
they've been really
brilliant.
good. KDB has been out for like 3 to 4 games now, but they play like they don't miss him at all. Gundogan have stepped up really well. The way he plays, Bernardo Silva too, the last couple of games have been very impressive. And mind you, they've been doing all this without Aguero. And then Gabriel Jesus just came into the team, I think, the last 2 games, and then he has scored. So I feel Man City might just win this. But then I would want to believe that Liverpool won't want City to win it, and they will still want to be in the race as much as possible. So I would go for Liverpool. I'll go for Liverpool win.
Presently now, you've spoken like a football fan. Now I want to ask you one very tricky question. What will be your prediction as a Manchester United fan?
Liverpool win. Straight Liverpool win, no doubt. Because it's going to help.
The right between you and Altis. Watch Altis come at you, man.
Even when I greet him, he's going to come at me. So
Livinus goes for him, says Liverpool 1, Manchester City 2. Livinus, what's your Manchester United avatar inside of you saying? Let us know. Otis says this game will determine Liverpool's title race, and my honest prediction is a 2-0 win to City. The sound one with Sterling breaking in Anfield scores tomorrow. I really don't see Sterling breaking Anfield scores, considering the fact he's not even been playing very well. So I don't see him breaking any course, man. That course is gonna remain. Livinus agrees with me. He says Sterling's course will continue. Man, that course is continuing. Has he scored at Old Trafford? I don't think so too.
Same thing with United. He doesn't play well against
United. Yeah, he doesn't play well against United. Never. I've never seen him play well against United. Ike wants a Liverpool win. Living in a fantasy world. Keep on dreaming, man.
That was my biased Manchester United fan side speaking, because a Liverpool win will actually a Liverpool win and a United win over Everton will actually place us on the same point with City, hoping they now win their outstanding to take them 3 points away. So, but then if they win this game, win their outstanding, that's going to be 6 points away, and catching City at 6 points, man. So please don't be angry.
It's an impossible dream. Livino says Liverpool can't win this. Tele hasn't scored against United too. Okay, and Jimo says nah, City go win. Man, I really don't see Liverpool winning, man. Even though it's at Anfield and without their fans, it's really not a fortress, man.
Okay, please, I don't
How
want to
their
be
fans
hearing that Anfield. It's gone.
Everybody hates that anthem. It's really terrifying. Well, we'll see what happens. I'm sure of one thing. Everybody is gonna be stuck to their television. Like everybody wants to see that game. It might really
Exactly.
turn out to be the title deciding factor. If you really look at it, it might just come out to be one of the title deciding factors, because if Liverpool does win that game, it brings City back to earth, and then the struggle continues. But if City wins that game and then United actually does not win Everton, then the league is clear. Man City will just win the league. And I really don't see another team taking points out of City apart from Liverpool right now.
True.
Otis said Brexit football deflowered Anfield.
Only.
Burnley. Oh my god. And then Sheffield actually plays Chelsea by 2015 West African time. Um, Chelsea just gonna smash Sheffield, man. There's no two ways about it.
Straight me for Chelsea.
Yeah,
Straight me for
straight for
Chelsea.
Chelsea.
The way Tuchel sets his team up, I think Sheffield will not be.
One problem with this Chelsea setup is this, that they still don't score a lot of goals. They have like 80% of the possession, but they don't create so much chances. They don't score so much goals.
Who are the
Considering
attackers again? Who are the attackers again? Sorry.
Tammy,
Momosin Odoi, Timo Werner.
Miss
Timo Werner is
Fine
below, as in his confidence is below rock bottom right now.
It's below rock bottom, like on the negative side of the graph, man. He's on the negative side of the graph. His confidence is just been rubbish right now. Jimo says Chelsea to win. One thing is for sure, Chelsea is win. Yeah, Chelsea will win that game. I don't see Sheffield actually. Well, Thiago Silva is out, and they have a lot of senseless people now covering in the defense. Rudiger is not somebody you can rely on. Zuma you cannot rely on. Thiago Silva has been the shaky daddies. So really, there is something there, you know. If I was Sheffield, I would look at it and I would say, man, we can really have a go at Chelsea and maybe get a goal or something, considering the fact that they don't score lots of goals. But I will still tip Chelsea to win. Chelsea gonna hammer Sheffield. That's what Ate is saying. They are still not scoring, but they are gonna win this, maybe 2-0 win. Yeah, maybe a 1-0 or 2-0 win. I feel like Chelsea is gonna win. But if I was Sheffield, I would want to try my luck right now, considering the fact that Thiago Silva is out. Like, Thiago Silva has been exceptional for Chelsea this season, making sure that he coordinates the back line, even though his pairs are not really, the pairs. I think if Chelsea can get a very good centre back to partner Thiago Silva, and then a young player, not Zuma and not Rudiger, gets a young player, good player to understudy him, to do them a lot of good. Because I really don't see any good coming out of Rudiger or Zuma. I don't see anything good coming out of those two. And then the last game of the week is on Monday, and then Leeds United plays Crystal Palace. Very tricky one to predict. Ike, what's your take?
Zaha is out for Palace. I think most of the creative work now would lie on the shoulders of Eze. So I don't know. And Leeds United, they're always going to create chances. They're always going to play beautiful. They're always going to trouble
score.
You, going to score. So it depends on how tight Palace can be at the back. But then I go for a Leeds United.
Yeah, I would go for a Leeds United win, considering the fact that Batshuayi is even Crystal Palace striker. You cannot expect anything good from him. So without Zaha, that attack is dead, man. It's just easy and nothing. Honestly, and this is not me being very rude or me being very critical of Crystal Palace. It's just the plain truth. You cannot have a Batshuayi as a striker and expect results, man. He's wasteful, like very wasteful. Let's read comments quickly. Otis says Chelsea wants the mirror, but his injury records are very bad. Yeah, his injury records are not good. And Livino says Leeds to Crystal Palace 2. Man, I don't see Crystal Palace scoring 2 goals, even though I know Leeds leaves a lot of space, but I really don't see Leeds drawing against Crystal Palace. They're gonna run riots. I feel like they're gonna run riots. I'm looking at a 4-1 or 4-2 victory for Leeds. Honestly, because it's almost impossible to stop Leeds' attack, and Crystal Palace is not a team that that have that defensive capability to stop a team like Leeds. So I really predict that Leeds will run riot. Let us know what you guys think. Drop your predictions for this particular game. Ike, is really fun having you back in the studio. Even though you did not get a goal or assist today, Ike is not a start padding defender. He's pretty much like Lindelof or one of those type. You need to start padding stats.
I'm not a center.
What did he say?
I'm not a center back, man. I'm a number 6.
Where do you play? A number. Now you really have to explain what the number 6 role is, because a lot of people still don't get it, man. A lot of people still don't get it. Football has changed. A lot of new things in football, man.
That's a vote.
When we were growing up, number 6 was actually a centre back. Now it's now a defensive midfielder. But you've played a lot of defensive positions recently. I know you've played as a centre back most recently in some competitions. So I really don't know what your position is any longer.
I can help the team.
Well, you need to have it. You need to have a position. While we were playing together, man, you used to be a very good attacker. So I don't understand how you went from being a winger, an attacking midfielder, a central midfielder, to being a centre back and well.
I just enjoy controlling the game. Like, I love seeing my team play beautiful and move forward. So I just had to.
I hope you have good players that score on the other side.
So they do. I feed them a lot now. No time.
Otis says, to be honest, Leeds crumble at Palace's feet, and the last time they played, but Leeds look like they are.
Oops.
Man, he keeps attacking you on these live shows, man. You need to make peace with him.
What have I done to the man?
Send him a time or something so that you make peace with Ortiz. He keeps attacking you on the live shows.
I just wish we'll play together one day. We know they talk. No, we know they make too much mouth. Ortiz, don't worry, man. One day.
Man, thank you guys for coming in on the show. Thank you, Livinius. Thank you, Ortiz. Thank you, Jimo. Thank you for dropping your comments and joining in live on the show. Ike, is always a pleasure to have you, man. Your footballing knowledge is top notch. It's good to always have you on the show, man. I hope you guys enjoy being, man. Now you are picking a fight again. Like, you guys keep going at this, and this show will never end. So, but we gotta go, man. We gotta go. It's always fun having you. You have the comment. You have the comment of the week, man. You're gonna get an airtime for that comment. Battle of the bosses. May the best boss win, man. Okay, guys. See you guys in our next show. Yeah. Bye.
Thank you. Peace out.